everything. You know, this
Yeah,
person has some good information. Check them out, hit them up or not. Kind of like he almost wanted to get the credit for what you did almost.
yes, and I wouldn't be surprised that's pale supremacy. Are you familiar with my pale supremacy definition?
No, but I
Oh,
know what you mean by pale though.
yes, but I have a pale supremacy definition, which was discussed. I think it's on this chatbot GPT interview, or no, it was with Whitework. That's where it was. It was with Whitework. So I'm going to pull up the pale supremacy definition. If you could be so agreeable as to put your email in the chat. Do you have Israel's email?
Yes, I do. And I just had my hand up to remind you that he was the one who told me about Christopher Hauser using your document in the Telegram group, but I see you all are getting to this now.
So if you have his email, can you send him pale supremacy, please?
Oh, sure, sure.
Yes. So while Sa's doing that, I'm gonna do this. And I think it was mutant supremacy is actually what I gave what's their names? MIT. Yeah, this is the executive board. Is it? No. Who's this? Which executive board is this? Okay, so that's American Psychological Association. Okay, so here it is. So this is the updated, because I've changed it. Still have another one I have to start updating, because as we go further and deeper into the English language and we get into definitions, then we're making it even more sharp. So this guy here, he's Ralph Swick. He's one of the from MIT, actual MIT. So I sent him the pale supremacy definition. Make sure, there we go. So this is just the summary I'm going to speak in the mission statement. So racism equals leper supremacy summary and mission statement. Racism equals leper supremacy is the local, national, international, global, solar system, galaxy, matrix, 3D holographic, illusionary, computer, electrical, science, commercial, economic, entertainment, educational, military, industrial, power system, construct, and dynamic, structured and maintained by lepers, albinos, albinism, Neanderthals, Tamahu, genetically recessive beings in association with other non-planetary, multidimensional, and interplanetary entities for the ultimate purpose of lepers, albinism, albinos, Neanderthals, Tamahu, genetic survival, and to prevent leper genetic annihilation on the planet called Earth. The correct syntax is Tiamat, Ta, Zurukaya, and Kai. Note, the Tamahu cannot find peace on Tiamat, for they are the sons of Canaan, and Azazel had made his home originally on Titan, the planet of Saturn, for he is not of this planet, an extraterrestrial. Now we're seeing where people are saying they're seeing shapeshifters, they're seeing all sorts. One black guy, that's the hot thing now on TikTok, the black guy that had the conversation with a Shaggy. We know them as the Shaggies, or the what people call in English the Bigfoot. So a copy of this was sent to the whole board at MIT. It's W3C is actually the organization. They set the programming protocols for everything on the planet. So when this was sent, his response was that I do not find an error within the scope. I do not find an error in the materials. Here it is. I do not find a programming error in your material that is within the scope of W3C to address. However, if you watched the chatbot GPT interview that I did, the computer fully comprehended what I was saying, correct?
Yes.
So who is either lying or who is having what they call cognitive dissonance? The Amorites were given, this is what the deal, I'll tell you what the original contract was. Amorites, pale people, you call them, Caucasians, white people, whatever, they were given 6,000 years to rule. Their 6,000 years is up. So this is where the cognitive dissonance comes into play, because now they have to accept the fact that they're actually created. That's what Tamahu is created. They're not original people. They're genetically recessive. So as I spoke to you, I gave you the mission statement in these synopsis. So I'm going to go back to here where it talked about in association with other non-planetary, multidimensional, and interplanetary entities, whether consciously or subconsciously determined, which consists of patterns. Hold on a second here. There we go. Which consists of patterns of syntax, mathematics, chemistry, physics, biology, perception, logic, symbol formation, thoughts, speech, action, spiritual, mental, temporal, energy, definition, code, language, tone, vibration, frequency, sound, light, resonance, motion, and emotional response, as conducted simultaneously in all areas of people, sick, contracts, commerce, and commercial activity, economics, education, commerce, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, military, industry, sports, science, medicine, sex, and war, for the ultimate purpose of lepers, albinos, albinism, Neanderthals, Tamahu, misnomer, white, Caucasian, genetic survival, and to prevent lepers, misnomer, white, Caucasian, genetic annihilation. And you can also include European in that, and they're not the original Europeans. The Holy Tablets, chapter 6, tablet 6, verse 284 to 304. And with this link here, University of Texas, Houston geneticist Jin Lee, who spearheaded the genetic study, said, by analyzing the data, you can clearly see the majority of the gene pools in China were from Africa. We could not find any evidence that is consistent with the hypothesis of independent origin in China. Genetic findings support out of Africa theory. So all the races come from us. So when we go back now to this guy, and this is the problem I have with him, Russell J. Gould, Anna von Reitz, all these Amorites who are talking about common law. Issue I have with him, Christopher Hauser, I don't know the guy. This is the first that I've seen his stuff, but the fact, if I go back to July 9th, where he used my UPR report, I have, I take offense to that he's using that. And what's also interesting is him using Bouvier, the Zodiac Constitution. Now, what a lot of Moors do not know is that when Janet Reno, who was the Attorney General for the United States, apparently there was an issue that had came up, and CMB had tried to use the Zodiac Constitution in a U.S. court. So Janet Reno, this is the story I was told him, Zodiac means animal circle. You do know that, right? So what does an animal circle have to do with a vessel or a area that's in dry dock or a commercial court? What does the animal circle have to do with that?
Nothing.
So therefore, why would Moors use, the Zodiac Constitution? That ain't got nothing to do with the commercial aspect and the contracts associated with that. There's nothing about this that would knock out or nullify the 1871 DC Act, which is when the United States of America was incorporated and became the United States. Now, as people can see underneath here, you see At-sik-hata Nation. Now, I don't know which link he got this from. That's the next thing, because I had to do a video. Did you see the video with Gatti Boy?
No, I did not. Looks like I need to check it out.
Okay, so first thing is you need to sign up to my YouTube channel. So you need to subscribe. We know it's way more than that, and it'll definitely. So what I'm going to do here for you is I'm going to put the link for the Gatti Boy in here, as well as for the benefit of those who came in as well. And he didn't reveal who wrote that. So what these Amorites are realizing now, Israel, is that when they talk about being a free man on the land, they have to know what the original name of the land is. Like, it's nobody, if you own land, nobody could come in your backyard and build a house and say this is their land in your backyard without talk. They have to talk to you. They got to get permission. If you say no, they can't build. So on this one here, I'm just going to play a few minutes here. So you can see this is Gatti Boy, and this is now fact 235.
Temt-Ta, Abdur Kull Shaayuaat Saamus pa Temt-Ta. Anuki Sayud shil pa ta, Maku shil At-sik-hata am shil Yamasee-Moors, Wahaza Kalun Hasahag Atnadmeya Taladin Chased. Greetings. I'm Plenipotentiary of Earth, Chief Nanya Shaayuaat of the At-sik-hata Nation of Yamasee-Moors, and this is now fact number 235. Get in here, get in here, get in here. This is brought to you courtesy of Gatti Boy on TikTok. So we're going to play his video where he has a 2010 UPR report from the United Nations that I did on behalf of our nation, At-sik-hata Nation of Yamasee-Moors. And he's talking about they tried to hide it, which I agree with, but I found it. I'm the one who did the report, got it uploaded back in 2010. And he's not mentioning my appellation. My appellation's at the top of this document. This is internationally recognized for 14 years. So we'll play the video, then we're going to break him down.
Man, get in here, get in here, get in here. You know I reveal a lot of secrets, but this has to be one of the best secrets I ever revealed.
No, you didn't reveal a secret because this has been on the internet for years. This has been on the internet for years, Gatti Boy. For years. Where you been? It's been out there for 14 years. This is older than TikTok.
So it turns out George Bush, the United Nations, and the Yamasee had went to court, right?
Show the court case. You're talking. Show your evidence. Show your facts. Show your forensic evidence. You're talking.
Literally went to court. And I have two documents, this one, I have another one to show you, that who all went on a trail of tears. And wait till you read it. this one document, let me mark the way, screenshot it, please. Screenshot it.
Notice it's too tiny to screenshot. For some reason, I'm on full screen. No problem. I'm going to be showing you all the original document. I am the source of the UPR report of the United States of America back in 2010. He doesn't have that. He's using somebody else's site.
And here goes the other document. But when you read it,
it's the same document. So it's the same UPR report. There are 5 pages for inputs, questionnaires, and UPR reports, otherwise known as shadow reports.
Guess who I went on the Trail of Tears with us? To Oklahoma. Let's get a little closer, but take a screenshot. Now, I took a close-up.
Why don't you mention who wrote this report, Gatty boy? Instead, you're just talking about the document and omitting the author. That's not proper research. That's called withholding, obfuscation, suppression.
Went on the Trail of Tears to Oklahoma. The Olmecs went with us? What? The Moors went with us? What? And as you can see, the U.S. Constitutional Bill. Yes, this is a bill. Presidential Order 13107. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's implementation of human rights treaties.
Oh.
That was signed by Bill Clinton when he was president at the time.
The Olmecs, they all was part of the Mississippian culture. So who is these peoples claiming to be us over there and here? And when you read it, we the only one went on the Trail of Tears. It wasn't nobody else. When you read it, it's about to blow your mind. This is about to blow your mind. This is like one of the biggest secrets to ever hit your page. And
it's not a secret. It's my UPR report I did for our nation, At-sik-hata Nation and Yamasee-Moors. But he's, again, not describing who is the author. He's not discussing that. He's talking about the document. Who wrote this? I did. Is he saying that? No. So how is that revelation and a secret he revealed like he got something special? He doesn't. I'm the one that wrote it, and I have the documentation and the verification from the United Nations, U.S. State Department, because they get a copy of this. So the United States government recognizes At-sik-hata Nation and Yamasee-Moors at the U.S. State Department.
You can see right here at the bottom, it says Dred Scott, no descent of African. Do you see?
It says no descendant of Africans can be a citizen of the United States of America, because that's not the way the Constitution was framed. The Constitution is for white people, and the word white is defined by the U.S. Department of Education, CDC, or CROW, National Institute of Health, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. American Indian or Alaska Native is a person having origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America, including Central America, which includes the Caribbean, and who maintains tribal affiliation and community attachment. So he's cutting out information and not giving you all full disclosure. Come on, Gatty boy.
Do you see? All this is us from our traditional lands. Oh, you gotta read this. You gotta read everything. This is the first time you're about to see this document.
No, that's a lie. That's my document, and we've published that going all the way back from 2010 up to now.
They didn't want to let it come out, right? And this is why, because they said that a lot of people's lives be in danger, right? Like the civil rights leaders, the one that lied to us.
No, there's nobody's life in danger. The document's been out for years. It's been on the internet.
Like the historian's the one that lied to us. Like all these secret societies, if we ever find out what you're doing now, that all these Indians, now does it make sense If I ask you where your grandmama from, everybody would say down south, because
African American is a patented meat and processed food. So you got to correct the syntax on that. I understand for the purposes of this TikTok and the discussion. However, they have to claim their indigenous heritage. They have to get white. If they don't do that, they have no standing at law. 41.57 million African Americans, where in Africa? Don't know. So therefore, they got to change that.
we the one that went on a trail of tears. Wow. So if you like to donate, I greatly appreciate it.
Don't be donating to Gatsby Boy. You ain't giving full disclosure. So you had your fun, Gatsby Boy. Now, this is the desert, as Morpheus said, of the real. Let's see where we want to start here. Let's start here. Here is the actual document. As you can see here in the web link, this is the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights.org in Geneva, Switzerland. This is the document that I did, which is called the Universal Periodic Review Submission regarding the United States of America. So in part one in the background, it talks about our nation, At-sik-hata Nation of Yamasee-Moors is an indigenous nation as defined by Presidential Proclamation 7500, see letter to U.S. President George Bush, published here, because I wrote the President George W. Bush back in 2005. And recognized as such, this is At-sik-hata Nation is recognized as such by the various instrumentalities of the United States Federal Court, for the Middle District of North Carolina, which includes United States of America, see U.S. Secretary of State document 060214440-3 out of 5 that were authenticated on May 22nd, 2006. I know because I was there. United States Code Title 28 U.S.C. Section 1360, which means state jurisdiction in civil matters involving Indians, and there's only about 6 states that do have it, the rest don't, and whose land includes, but is not limited to, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, Florida, and Tennessee. We are the indigenous peoples of the aforementioned lands with the geographic coordinates. Now, when he went to paragraph number 2, the 1750 Yamasee Uprising and the Trail of Tears is a historical event which has been acknowledged by the U.S. Congress, passing the following resolution, HJR 3 or HJ3IH, which is under the Indian Healthcare Act. That's the apology to Native Americans and American Indians. So why would the U.S. government apologize to Native Americans and American Indians? Because they're not the same people. Meditate on that. HJR 194 and ASHNYM 26. Both of those are apologies to African Americans by the U.S. Congress, and the Senate is the ASHNYM 26. Those two show that the U.S. government acknowledged we robbed African Americans of their names and their heritage because they knew that so-called African Americans were actually the indigenous Native Americans here, the copper-colored races. That's what America means. The 1828 dictionary that of African American is the copper-colored races found in America, in which the U.S. federal government, under the command of U.S. President Andrew Jackson, rounded up our people, be they Yamasee, Hitchiti, Choctaw, Cherokee, Moor, Olmec, Seminole, Yuchi, Washita, and forced them to walk west to Oklahoma, away from the traditional lands which were illegally and unlawfully usurped by the United States. He's not telling you that. Now we'll go down to number 4, the 1857 U.S. Supreme Court Sanford versus Scott, known as the Dred Scott decision, which has never been overturned, has made it clear that no descendant of Africans can be a citizen of the United States of America. Like I told you earlier, the Constitution is for white people, and white is defined as a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, Niger, Somalia, Ethiopia, all of those are North Africa, Morocco, Algeria, all of those are Libya, all of those are North Africa. This current state of affairs leaves those descendants of Africans/Moors who are unfamiliar with international law, the United Nations' second decade of the world's indigenous peoples, and the fact that they can now self-identify themselves as indigenous or tribal. The second decade ended in 2015. Unable to have a nationality or the ability to identify and claim their indigenous heritage in accord with House Joint Resolution 194. So these are points that he didn't receive. Who's the author? Chief Nanya Shaayuaat, At-sik-hata Nation of Yamasee-Moors. So he's supposed to talk about who was the author. Instead, he just went to the document and omitted me. And I appreciate that because that's why now I'm doing this video. Now, here's some evidence. As you can see here on Monday, October 7th, 2019, at 4:16 p.m., this is me forwarding a response I got from what? UPR Submissions, Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights on October 7th, 2019 at 2:30 a.m. And so it says, Dear Nanya, we have uploaded your report. Best regards, UPR Submissions. This is evidence. This is international acknowledgement. He doesn't have this. This is why he's doing the video, bits and pieces, donate to my Cash App. Don't donate to his Cash App. He's not giving you the facts. Acknowledge who the chief was who did that UPR report. Out of 2 we've done, out of the 3 cycles of the Universal Periodic Review, we've done 2. So here, as you can see, is United Nations Human Rights Council. So our nation is recognized because the Universal Periodic Review that was done in the United States back in 2010, we're going to go down here to the first cycle. When you go here and you see report of all the stakeholders, we'll click on English here. I already have it open, but I want to do it now so you can see. So you see report of the Human Rights Council on its 30th session. And we're going to scroll down here and go to page, this one should be page 11. Oh, wrong one. Let's go here. No, that's page 1, decision adopted. Okay, great. That's 2015. Oh, that's the outcome review. Second cycle, where are we? Outcome, first cycle. There we go. So right here, as you see, I already have it highlighted. This is the summary of stakeholders information. So when we click on English, this is what we're going to get. We're going to go, this is 19, so we'll go to page 14. Now I'm going to zoom in so you can see, unlike Gaffy Boy, who has you all squinting, so you can't even see anything. What do you see here? Yamasee, At-sik-hata Nation of Yamasee-Moors, USA. And when we go back up to the top of this document, what are you going to see? General Assembly, October 14th, 2010. Summary prepared by the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights in accordance with paragraph 15C of the Annex to Human Rights Council Resolution 5.1. This is on the United States of America. So this is an international legal document. This is done in Geneva, Switzerland, on the 1st to the 12th of November 2010, which is the working group on the Universal Periodic Review in their 9th session. So this is the first cycle. So that's 2010. Then we did another one on the 3rd cycle in 2019. I'm going to click on that one. And for this one, I got to go to page 11. And what do you see here? Page 14, oh, page 11. Yeah, page 11. What do we see here? At-sik-hata, Nation of Yamasee-Moors, New York, United States of America. We're internationally recognized. Do you people understand that? So now you see that all this, that, what's his name? Christopher Hauser. Let me put this back on the screen here. So Christopher Hauser has a lot of explaining to do because you could download the document, but he's not showing the web link. So I'm going to show you the web link because even the UN was hiding the work that I was doing. So if I go here and where are you hiding? Okay. So if I go here and I put in update At-sik-hata, they had taken it down. They had taken it down like back in May, and then as soon as I put that up, this is all the full web links. United Nations recognition. Okay, proof is recognized by that's 2023. Okay, June 15th. So I put that up in May, and then in June, they took it down. So I sent, so this is Gatti Boy on TikTok, the video here, Contemporary Critical Thought in Africology and Africana. And hold on a second, what happened here? There we go. So our 2010 UPR report, see how they blocked me from showing y'all. So these are the links for the first and third cycles, which was in the video. And then our nation recognized as a stakeholder. And see, when you click there, it says error page not found. So I had to redo a couple links. So as you can see, Israel, all of this is documented in that video. So when people from Christopher Hauser see this, why is he using this document? Why is this even on his study group? If they're about facts, they're about truth, because they don't have claim to the planet. That's why. Is that clear now? So I will put, okay, so the Gatti Boy, maybe make sure you double click and bookmark on that video in the chat for Gatti Boy. And I'm going to put the UN link that I pulled up here. This, it will be, where did I put this? Okay, racism, leper supremacy, and then this one is, yes, the 2010. And I will put this up on the screen so everyone can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to pull up the 2010 UPR report. And this was the original one in May. So some of those links don't work. So I'm going to forward this to Sa. Oh, hold on. I have your email. Where is it here? Yeah, so I'll forward it to you right now. Sa, don't worry about it. I'll forward it to him. And so please confirm.
Okay, so you've got that. And I've sent that to you, and I'm gonna double check because I had to update it. So I did it in May and then June 14th. And so I'm sending you the QR code, which reminds me I can copy this and I'll put this on his study group one time. I'll send him a direct message. Let's see here. I'm just gonna put this so you all can see. Okay, so for I wonder if he blocked me. Now all of a sudden I can't. Oh, I have to go here. Yeah. So once I go here, I'm supposed to get a page that opens up that allows me to send him a text. View profile. Okay, add to contacts. And now, so I'm going to add him and I'm going to send him a direct message. And so now we have this recorded. So now he has my QR code. So when you click on the QR code, it'll take you to confirmation that At-sik-hata is recognized. All right. Anything else, Israel?
You had mentioned Anna earlier. Did you know that she had just lost a lawsuit to the U.S. for 1.2 million a couple months ago?
Oh, she did she?
Yes.
Well, I've been here. This is just to go. I'm glad you brought this up. This has been a great moment. I sent an email to Anna von Reitz years ago. I gave her notice. Let's look at it, shall we? So as you can see here, May 3rd, 2018, I emailed Anna von Reitz, who wrote the book, How I Clobbered Every Corporation Out There. So if you got that information about her losing that lawsuit, could you please email me that?
I was just about to do it. I was about to get
Yes, go right ahead. We recording. That's gonna put all these knuckleheads out. So I emailed her on May 3rd, 2018 at 3:07 p.m. an email that I had sent originally to the Vatican. And so I gave this to her attention, knowledge of Atlantean existence and universal public notice for John Hunt of Legatus. And Legatus is a department of the Vatican. So I sent that to her. So my open letter and international promissory note to Pope Francis I, nobody said anything. The Vatican Holy See treaties, which I did, nobody said anything. Well, Anna didn't. And so here's my letter to her, to Anna von Reitz. And here at last is the real problem, May 3rd, 2018. I shall post this message to you, Anna von Reitz, as well as your co-business partners, associates, and affiliates on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. And I will forward this email to you as a reminder that you and those who fly the American civil flag are on Turtle Island, Atlan, Mulan. This is the appellation of the land that you are on. You are not white. You are lepers. See leper supremacy definition, which I leper supremacy, then we updated it to mutant. All of this sovereignty, all of you sovereignty people need to start telling the truth if you can. You are not white. You are lepers. You are not the first people on the planet. And you, Anna von Reitz, are not the descendants of the first people on the planet. As you can see, my liens, claims, etc. precede yours, and the Vatican is fully aware. These people, Israel, are watching me post my liens and my commercial documents, and they're copying it and then saying, oh, someone filed a lien on the treasury, somebody did this, they got the blueprint from me. They didn't come up with that originally. They and the corporations connected to the Holy See are on our land, known internationally as Turtle Island, Atlan, Mulan, Land of the Frogs, Egypt of the West. These said corporations and their principals are conducting genocide, apartheid, trafficking in human cargo, Puff Daddy, etc., and have not compensated our nation, At-sik-hata nation of Yamasee-Moors, for the crimes, commercial and otherwise, they have done to us. Compensation, restitution, and tort damage, punitive and cumulative, are due now. Do not hesitate to contact me as to what you're willing to offer in order to stay on Turtle Island. You think that's why she lost the court case just a couple months ago?
I don't know why she lost, but my thing is how are you getting that type of money, but none of your followers are getting nothing. And then I know.
Hold on. Let's go back. We're missing the question here. I just showed you an email to Anna von Reitz. You told me she just lost the case a couple months ago, right?
Yes.
So with what I am speaking on this email that I sent to her, she has this. Do you think that the government saw this and realized, like, no, she can't do none of this stuff?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so she's kind of like copying, but she don't have the sauce. So
she don't have the authority because they all keep saying they're sovereign.
Mm-hmm.
So all my claims are here, me voiding the papal bull, my email to the Vatican, it's all there. Anna von Reitz has this. She never responded. So I'm going to forward this to you. So now you have it. So anyone you see talking about, oh, Anna von Reitz, this, that, says she knew since 2018. And what she did was behind what I did. And please confirm that you're getting the emails. I don't want to, I don't want to think that you're getting them and then find out you're not. That's the game they love to play.
Try to make this bigger. Make sure this goes well.
So isn't it interesting? So first Christopher Hauser and then Anna von Reitz.
I am getting the emails. Let me forward this to myself. This one.
And so now you have permission that if you see anyone from the study groups and they start getting emails, now you get to hit them up and say, yo, this dude, this chief went and contacted Anna von Reitz and she ain't said nothing from that was like 2018. Y'all got to get in touch with the chief. So when you hit her off like that, or whomever, Christopher Hauser, his study group, when they don't respond, you'll understand what it is. Pale supremacy. They cannot fathom existence without them being in control or calling the shots. Overstood?
Overstood.
All right. Anything else?
I'm about to send this document to you with this court case, so you could see this stuff firsthand.
Oh, all right. See, most of them don't even know the U.S. was dissolved back in 2021. So they still fighting to stay on the land, which is not theirs, which they're not entitled to, thanks to the NASA astronaut Clark McClellan.
I want to see the attachment to it.
So you go ahead and do that. Oh, you're attaching it right now?
It looks like the attachment isn't going through. Is it okay if I just take a picture of it? Would that still suffice?
You can take a picture of it. Are you on Telegram?
I'm on my email because somebody actually sent it to me. So, but it's like when I'm trying to send it.
Okay. forward it, just click forward and send it to TAFULAAT TAFULAAT@gmail.com. And you can still take a picture and you have my phone number, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can still take a picture and send it to me via text.
I'm gonna try both ways, just because you got to see this to believe it, you know.
Oh, I know what's going on. All of those Amorite, well, they're black people. All those black people are going to get exposed as not being able to explain how are you going to talk about freedom and not talk about the original people that was here first on the planet. So that means they're only talking about their freedom. They ain't talking about your freedom. This is what I put across to you all. They're not interested in that because there's an economic loss that's going to happen. So have you sent it yet?
I sent it. Hopefully you got it. This
And where you send it? You sent it to Tafalat?
I sent it to the email that you had sent to me. It is
All white.
Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I don't jack up the spelling of it. It's the At-sik-hata ym@gmail.
Yes.
So it should pop up.
Oh, At-sik-hata. Okay, hold on. I gotta go in there. I was sending you from Kemet-19. The At-sik-hata was the ones that my wife saw was sending from.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it on the screen now. Anna Von Reitz. Okay.
I hope it went through.
Yeah, it went through. There's supposed to be a file attached.
Yes, if it didn't go through, you might have to wait till the other one with the picture goes through, or
there's no file. Yeah, there's no file attached here.
Okay. That was the problem that I was having when I was trying to send it. That's why I had created the picture. Let me see if I could.
Well, what you can do is download that onto your computer and then re-upload it and resend it to me. In the meantime, if you've sent the
picture.
Let's see what it is. Okay, the stuff just comes. Okay, judgment and civil action. What's the date? Oh, Alaska. June 5th. Okay. So she lost $1 million. So she lost that lawsuit. $1.2 million plus statutory interest and additions accruing after May 10th, 2024. Ouch! That's gotta hurt. If she knew the U.S. was dissolved, maybe she would have did something different. But do you see my point now?
Yes.
So all that stuff she was talking about, but I've communicated with her in 2018, so she don't have a leg to stand on. All right.
All right.
So yes, you got the emails. Send them off to them. I'm appreciative of that. I'll see if Christopher Hauser responds. He's next. All right, Kashikador, white power.
White power.